Okay, I am live now. I'm going to do just a short video for a few minutes, and I want to share you something that a dream that I had last night. Now, this is the first type of dream that I had specifically about a state and something going on. But let me tell you of what I saw. Now, I was in the West Coast and in California, and all of a sudden there was a huge explosion. This is in my dream. There was a huge explosion. And on the national news, it said nuclear fallout, nuclear fallout. And I saw herds of cars lined up for miles leaving the cities because they were telling on the news, danger, 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 you must flee this city. And later on, I was running through the woods and with several others running for our lives, and I heard a roaring sound, like a rushing of water. And this rushing of water was coming like a tidal wave. A huge tidal wave was coming. And I said, we need to get to safety. There's a huge water coming up to the mountains. We need to go to safety. And I was running to say, we need to grasp on and hold on to something because it's coming. It's coming. And then I woke up. Now, when I looked over in a dream, I saw a map, and a map of California, and one of the places it was a target. The center, the epicenter of all the where it happened was somewhere in south central California. And I look at the maps of California, and it said I looked up the nuclear plants in California, and there's several. There's two that's really close to LA. I think it's considering all the experts of the seismic activity talk about that California is at risk of a very much a huge earthquake on down the line, and it can happen at any time. So you remember that earthquake back in Japan a few years ago, well, not an earthquake that happened, and there was a huge tidal wave and a bunch of radiation leaked from the nuclear plant in Japan, got into streaming, and it got all the way. Well, I said California. California, the prime earthquakes, and all these seismologists talk about they're waiting for the big one to happen, and you have multiple hitting the West Coast and also the East Coast. These are sometime in the future, the near future, but we don't know when it will happen. We see all kinds of signs in the time on our hands that we got plenty of time. Everything is going to get better. It's slowly. It's having a little problem connecting. So yes, this dream is a tsunami, and that's what was in my dream. And I can't give you a date or when it happens, but I know that based on in Revelations talk about how move out of this place, and that is in Revelations. So we know that it will happen then, but we see all kinds of things that are happening right before our eyes, knowing that our time is drawing short. And on Christ, Jesus warns over and over again about different things that we need to be aware of. And Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this." When Jesus was at the cross before Pilate, it says, "If my kingdom was of this, I would have my." For God's kingdom is here. It said, God's kingdom is not here. Christ will bring His kingdom to earth first, and we will not bring the kingdom to the Christ. Christ will bring His kingdom to us. In order